Welcome to the next episode of the Tea and Coffee Hub. We have a really important topic to talk about. It's really big this time of year. And Steve, I know you just kind of went through some personal hell with one of the companies you work with for this. So I think it's a good time to talk about it. And I'm also finding that a lot of small businesses have no idea about this at all. They just don't know what they're doing. So, hi, Steve. Are you ready to get dirty about something?
Yeah, I have a feeling what it is, especially what time of year it is during our recording. And I it just stuns me.
There are two things in life. The saying is there's two things in life that you cannot run away from them. One is death, and the other one is taxes.
That's it.
And I'm going to say 80% of business owners, small business owners specifically, are screwing themselves over in this route.
Oh, absolutely. And
So,
I think it's overwhelming the num amount of information that they can take in because they're so busy focusing on their business.
mhm,
They don't have time to be a tax expert as well, but yet they don't seek out expert help.
yeah. I know. And next week, I'm going to get a bookkeeper friend of ours to come on and give some, perspective from the finance world. But I think it's really interesting some of the things that we have learned as small business owners that we can do with taxes. And some of them blew my mind.
Oh, yeah, I mean, when I first learned about a lot of these tax breaks for small business owners years and years ago, I started taking advantage of them immediately, and it made a huge difference, getting my tax liability knocked way down, and it was all 100% legal.
Legal. Now, I'm going to preface this. We are not tax certified.
Nope.
We are not legal, tax legal representations. Okay, tongue tied because this is it's a dirty subject and people are scared of it. So
They are.
please do not take any of this as legal advice or tax advice. Take it as your incentive to learn more. Okay, I'm going to say that right now. Take it as this is your opportunity to learn more about what you can do. You think
Like
that's
I
fair?
always, yeah, I'd say the same thing to my clients every time. It's like, I'm going to give you some things that I know about, but for you and your specific situation, please have that conversation with your CPA. You're paying them to take care of your taxes and all your finances. Ask them questions. They are
Yeah.
the expert.
Yeah. I'm gonna, you actually helped me and my business out a few years back, big time, because we were doing the money conversation's not easy, and you don't have the money conversation with just everyone. But
No,
we've known each other a long ass time now. And we were talking about how my business was doing, and you looked me dead in the eye and said, why are you still an LLC?
because at the
And I
time you were, there's other tax breaks, folks. LLC, please.
this is please, this is just an experience I had.
Yes, exactly. This is one.
And you saved me thousands of dollars because of that. Thousands. And it was because I was over a certain ratio with a certain amount of expenditure and income. And you really need to look into becoming a corp, an S-Corp. Go talk to your CPA. So I called up my CPA and they were like, well, I was looking over your numbers for last year and I was about to have this conversation with you anyway. So I was like, oh gosh, Steve, I just flipped the conversation probably a few months before my CPA was going to.
Yeah.
But making sure that your business is set up in the right format is the first thing you need to do with taxes.
Oh, absolutely. And what kills me is people are still operating as a sole proprietor.
Ooh,
Okay. First, you have
ooh,
no legal recourse, zero.
zero. And half of them are not even putting their income on their taxes and then getting caught like 3 years later and
Exactly.
getting completely trashed.
Yeah. Well, I filled out the application with my state to be a business. Yeah, but you check sole proprietor and so if someone sues you, they sue you,
Yeah.
not your
Oh,
company.
yeah. Yeah. And I find that, and I'm going to say this, a lot of you mamas, I'm talking with love here, okay? And it is moms that do this more. Your little Etsy store, your little print on demand store. And boys, your eBay drop shipping or your eBay Amazon, these things that you just think you're making like a couple of $100 here, $50 there, $20 there. Well, it's not doing that much. I'm just doing a printable and then like printing it. I don't need to do anything. You know the people I'm talking about, right?
Hobbyists.
Yeah, the hobbyists. You're having it as being just you being a sole proprietor is fine
Mhm.
to a certain point.
Right.
But then it can get really legally dicey for you, and as well as the taxes become just horrific
That's true. Yeah. If you're doing the Etsy and the eBay, sole proprietor all day.
unless you blow up and you start selling like
Right.
5,000 downloads a day. And so, mamas, you've done that. Awesome.
Right.
I'm so proud of you. But don't be a sole proprietor still at that point. Please don't.
And it's funny, eBay and Etsy will tell you, they tell you once you hit this point, because of federal law, because of the Wayfair
Mm,
ruling, you need to file as a business, a real
yes.
business, not a sole proprietor, LLC, so forth.
Yes.
So check on that because those rules are always changing. But let's say you do 2,500 transactions a year, but they're all little dollar here, dollar there, dollar. Guess what?
Business.
You went over the limit.
I think the limit for Etsy, isn't it like 1,500 or something? It's lower than,
1,500.
yeah, it's
It's
1,500, I
low.
thought. Yeah.
2,500 is like what we used in some of the workshops as a guideline. So
Hmm.
stay under that. You're going to be fine because eBay says the 2,500, 2,000 depends on the state too. Because guess what? Every state
Yes.
now took that Wayfair clause and decided to
Oh, applied
twist
it.
it to their own states. So check with that's why we say check with your local CPA.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say, you want to know what my biggest shock was for taxes? This was my biggest shock, and most people don't know this. And my CPA told me this one. Please, again, you have that conversation. I hire my kids to
Mhm.
do age appropriate tax, you jobs within my company. It could be they're sorting out packages. It could be that they're putting together booklets. There's so many little things. And then I pay them. I pay them into a 529, I believe it is,
At
the
29.
education from, and they get all that money tax free for education at 18. And I get a tax write off for paying them.
Mhm.
That was one of the best things I've ever been told by my CPA ever.
Oh, easy tax advantage. I used to
Yeah.
pay my kids in one of my businesses all the time, and they did filing and cleaning.
Yeah. Just as long as don't be telling them that your 3-year-old just programmed and developed your AI
No,
website with all handmade graphics. No.
no, and
Don't
we've
call that how
seen
it's
some of
done.
your websites that have, we can probably guess that, but don't do that.
Don't do that. No, 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 no. Make it age appropriate. What's the best thing you found out about taxes for a small business owner?
That was one of them. Second of all, as I was an LLC in many of my businesses, but once I got to that certain point where I was paying myself over 75,000 plus taking a reasonable draw, my CPA came to me and goes, "Okay, we're flipping you to a sub S corp."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Well, why is that?" And they go, "Listen, I'm already doing two returns for you anyways, but it's a straight down. Same thing with a sub S, still what they call a straight down, not two different returns, still one. But now you can take advantage of more tax breaks." And I was like, "Wait, so all we do is fill out one piece of paper, send it into the feds, and that's it?" And they're
Yeah.
like, "That's it. One simple piece of paper."
And I love that because of me going to the corporation now,
Mhm.
I'm paid as an employee, not
Right.
self-employed.
Which,
That,
folks,
oh, folks, oh my gosh.
there's so many. I've seen this with small business owners. Well, they take a draw, a reasonable draw, or they pay themselves. Pay yourself as an employee because guess what? Later in life, you want probably this thing called Social Security. Well, most small business owners, entrepreneurs, pay themselves and don't pay the taxes on it. And guess what? They retire and then they wonder why they're not getting any Social Security benefits.
Hmm.
Pay yourself as
And,
an employee.
and if you're making enough it's so obvious that you're claiming your taxes as being this sole proprietor. Your self-employed tax rate is much higher than an employee tax rate.
Right.
So like you're just like throwing money away at this point.
Yeah. Pay yourself as an employee.
Yeah. What else? What are some of the
Oh,
traps that they fall into? Come on. We've
oh my
seen
God.
it, we've done it, we've done it. We have
We've
done
done it.
it.
Yeah. This one I hear from CPAs all the time is small business owners think that they can write everything off. And I mean everything. Folks, there's laws to this and there are rules. And
Yes.
I've even consulted with a company going, okay, wait, it's just you and your spouse in the company, but why do you have five car leases in the books?
Hmm.
And it's like, that's a red flag to IRS right there. Well, I got my kids, I got my cousin, and we're leasing it and we're running it all through the business. Are they business vehicles? Do they transport the goods? And there are rules to this. And I went down a
Yes.
lot of the rules. The answer was no across the board. It's like, you are now, that's an unjustified business expense that you're running through your business, and you're giving the IRS a reason to audit you. You just gave them a reason.
Yeah. You taxes is one of these things that if you have someone good that you work with,
Mhm.
you have someone that's really good with taxes and finances. There is a lot of loopholes. And I'm telling you, people bitch because all these billionaires take advantage of all these loopholes. Guess what? As a small business owner, you can take advantage
Yeah,
of a ton of these too.
that's
Uh,
it.
the problem is no one teaches you because some of you are still going to like H&R Block and expecting a full tax return done.
Right.
And all they know is how to file stuff. They do not know how to categorize a business. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes when I talk to people. Oh yeah, I made 100,000 in my small business. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Way to go. Yeah, so I went to H&R Block to do my taxes.
Yeah.
No, H&R Block, yeah, they may be tax experts, but they're more trained on personal taxes, not business taxes. They won't
Mhm.
categorize your expenditures, and you'll probably lose out a lot.
No, and they're just taking the information you give them, end of story. Whereas a
Yes.
CPA, like I've always met with my CPA two other times a year. So we meet three times a year, guaranteed,
Mm,
to make sure am I on track with my tax strategy and my financial goals.
yeah.
Yes, you can do this, folks.
Yeah. Oh, the good thing about that as well is most CPAs will recommend that you put certain amount aside into a savings account that has a decent savings rate and we're not paying in quarterly. This is
Right.
just a little hack my CPA told me because you can pay the IRS every quarter with the taxes.
Yeah.
You can. They have me put it into a savings, a high yield
Yeah.
savings instead, and then pay at the end of the year. Because what you're doing if you pay in quarterly, again, this works for me, you're giving the IRS a tax-free loan, especially at the end of the day, an interest-free loan, if you end up not owing that much because of
Right.
write-offs. But if you put it into a high interest savings account, you're not going to be caught by surprise, and you've made a little interest on that money at the same time.
There's I cannot stress this enough. Sitting with your CPA just a couple times a year and laying out your goals with them. Be honest. God, I
Be
don't know how many
honest.
times I've talked to CPAs and they tell me how much small business owners lie to them. Don't do that.
Mm.
They are there to help. They are experts. They're trained for this stuff. They love this stuff. You don't. You're not the expert. Get a good someone good. Interview them. I always tell people interview CPAs. Find the
Don't
right
just
one
take
for
one.
you.
Interview three, at
Always
least
interview.
three.
Yeah,
Oh,
I even have a guide during this time of year, how to find the CPA for your business. And it's questions to ask, how to ask for them. I mean, find the right person for you and your business.
hey, we'll drop that guide in the show notes.
Yeah,
Just
it's
make sure.
please take advantage of it because that's how I learned. I work with so many different CPAs and things they always said to me was this, boy, I wish small business owners would know this, and they would rattle off 50 things.
And I was gonna say the other one I got, which was I looked at them like they'd gone crazy at the time, but they wanted me to take. I have to take photographs of all my receipts, so I actually have a stack of receipts
Yeah.
on my desk from this week, which I'm going to photograph, upload into my drive with them, with notes from this week. I don't have anything older than this week because I do it once a week. because you know what the worst thing that happened to me a couple of years ago, and we're in Arizona, folks. If you don't know, it's hot as hell here. I accidentally left a receipt in the car. And what happened to that receipt?
Fades away.
It fades away super fast. So taking photos and uploading it helps my CPA so much.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do electronic and paper, and whatever I have on paper, take a photo of it and I put it in my electronic folder. At the end of the year, everything is organized. I actually organize it for my CPA, which reduces my cost with my CPA.
Same.
I give them a spreadsheet with everything on it. They go, and the question they always ask me, they've not asked me this in years, do you have all the backups for this? I go, yes. And I showed them one time because I got audited. The IRS agent came in, saw my accordion folder and my electronic folder, and they were like, check two things. And I go, are all your receipts like this? I go, yes. And he just 5 minutes later, he goes, we're done. Audit's over. You're good.
Yep. So being
Next
prepared.
year, came in, he remembered me, same guy, got audited again because I'm on their flag list because I took advantage of so many tax breaks. So I got flagged.
Hmm.
He walked in, saw me, he goes, let me see your folder. He just glanced at it and he goes, all right, we're done. And I'm like, what's
Yeah.
up? He goes, no one's this organized. If you're this organized, you're probably telling the truth.
Yeah. So organization helps so much. And if that is not your skill set, trust
Hires.
me, pay the money because paying that money, you will probably save at least what you pay them on your taxes. If
Mhm.
not, you will save the headaches.
Absolutely.
What is the craziest thing you've ever written off, Steve?
Oh, I did my CPA said, hey, do you use your car for business? I'm like, well, eventually. And they go, is it branded? I go, no. They go, just branded.
Hmm.
So I branded the back of my car with my business, and I actually backed it up to a street on the side of my building that didn't have a monument sign. The back of my car's advertising brought me in more business. And I got to write off my car through my business because it was branded.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the cow one got me good too as well because, guys, I have 5 kids. They're expensive, which means I need a bigger car because I have to fit them all in safely. By choosing a vehicle that was
Mhm.
over a particular weight that had that seating, that was an incredible write-off
Oh,
because it hit that it was, I think it's £6,000.
I
Is it
can't remember
something
what
like
it is,
that?
but yeah, there's a
Yeah,
certain weight limit too. Check with your CPA because every state
yeah,
can be
it's
different.
different.
You go over your weight class, a certain weight class, it becomes now a commercial vehicle.
Yes. And our SUV that fits all the kids in is over that weight class.
Wow. There's so many things people are running their cell phones through their business. Okay, do
Hmm.
you take business calls on it? Will be the first question you get asked.
Yeah,
Is it on a business card? If it is, guess what? Business expense.
yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
gotta
And don't start mixing your business with your personal. You don't like
no.
take money out. There's ways to do it with owner draws and stuff like that and owner inputs.
Yeah, no
It's a lot of detail.
commingling of
Yeah,
funds. We can spend 2 hours on commingling because I've
yes.
seen it happen so many times.
Oh God, yeah. Uh, I'll just say, here's one for you. Food. How
Yeah.
often do you guys go out with someone and then the conversation ends up talking about your business? Like it's like all the time, right?
Yeah.
At one point, me and you were working together on with a business, helping them out, and we'd go out to lunch every month to do it, and we take turns paying for the lunch because one month you were getting to write the lunch off, and the next month I was getting to write the lunch off, and it's not the full amount you get to. It's like 50% you write off. You don't write off the full amount. It's like
Yeah.
50% of foods.
You write down who you're with, what was discussed on the
And
receipt.
how it pertained to your business.
That's it. On the receipt.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times I've walked or talked to a business once we crack open their financials and I see like fast food restaurants all through their expenses and everything else. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm going to lunch every day and I'm writing it off as a business expense. And it's like, oh Lord,
Oh, no, 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 no,
you're
no,
just
no,
given a
no.
reason to get audited here. And then I had to pull up the IRS ruling on it and showed it to him, and he almost lost his lunch. After that, he started taking his lunches
Mm,
in and only going
yeah,
to real business lunches.
yeah. Networking events. Those are all things you can do. Traveling for your business, you
Yeah.
know, as long as it's within reason. But you're getting screwed over because you're not paying attention to the numbers.
Right. This is why an expert needs to be in your corner. I always say you should always have certain experts in your corner as a small business owner, any business owner. And one is a CPA, a
Hmm.
financial planner. There are just tax specialists that will not do your taxes, but they're tax specialists to find all these loopholes.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can actually utilize a bookkeeper to take off a bunch of this work.
Yeah.
They don't do your taxes, they're not a tax person, but they can get it all organized and separated and listed correctly in order for you to go to the CPA
Right.
to reduce the time with the CPA. Because if the CPA has to do all your bookkeeping too, whoop, that gets expensive.
You don't have them do a CPA do your bookkeeping. Have a bookkeeper do your bookkeeping. Big
Yeah,
difference. And
difference.
one thing I can't stress enough because I see it all the time and it makes me sad that business owners do not have this conversation with their CPA. I hear it all the time. I hate accounting. I hate doing accounting, blah, blah, blah. And it goes on
Yeah.
and on. They're wasting time and getting frustrated by doing their own accounting. Well, all I say is you hire the right people for it because it's going to be a lot cheaper for you. It will be cheaper.
Hmm.
It really will. Because let's figure your time versus all your frustration. But have your CPA sit with you to learn how to read your own financial statements because that is the blue, that's
Yes.
a snapshot of your business. You don't need to know the numbers, but you do need to
Right.
know how to read your financials and how to move the levers, which lever you need to move to increase your profits or your revenue, whatever. You need to understand that, have a basic understanding. How they got the numbers, all the accounting and all that, that's up to you if you want to know it.
Yeah.
Learn how to read your financials.
So I think if you were to sit down here, and we're going to wrap this up in a few minutes because there's going to be a couple of episodes about tactics because it's this time of year, right? You need to know this information. If we try to give it you all in one shot,
Oof.
ugh, are you ready for an 18-hour seminar? No.
Yeah.
Uh, what is the absolute worst thing you've experienced with taxes that could have been avoided, Steve?
Trying to do them yourself because you don't understand the forms. What does this mean? What does that mean? Now you're spending all this time researching and still don't understand it because it's written in, well,
Yeah.
gobbledygook. Whereas a
Yes.
CPA knows this stuff like it's nothing to them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's
Oh, it's
like
going to
second
save
nature.
you time and frustration. Oh, and
Um,
money.
I'm money. I'm going to tell you mine, and it's slightly like I had a CPA, but they were a friend,
Mm,
and they weren't so well versed in international because I have clients that are international because there's a difference between a US CPA and a global CPA. And the first year that I had all these international clients and international employees as well, because I need some translators, etc., I got so screwed
yeah.
because they didn't know it. And I was doing oh, but I love them. And they're my friend and I want to give them business and I want to support them. But they didn't know the logistics I was dealing with. So when you're
Right.
interviewing these CPAs, you have to find out if they can actually cover what your organization, what your business does. Because if they can't, and there's CPAs out there that will go, well, we specialize in contractors, we specialize in coaches, we specialize in healthcare, we specialize in doctors, we because
Right.
they know specific things for that tax code.
Absolutely. I've worked with God, hundreds of different kinds of CPAs because that was my big client base. And it was amazing how many of them were so specialized, but it made them so much better as a CPA. So I knew someone, he only worked with contractors, period.
Yeah,
Well, I don't have a contracting business. He would say, you're not for me. I'm not taking you on as a client. He did that as a
Right.
service, not to be a jerk, because he knew that was his world. He can help contractors. He can't help someone who is an engineer.
Right.
Didn't
So you
understand
need that
that.
conversation.
Have those conversations.
God, yeah. And what's the best thing that you found out with the taxes? The
Oh,
best. What is the most mind blowing? Like,
God, there's so many, but I'd say the best thing I learned, and I did not know you can do this at the time, meet with your CPA throughout the year. When
yeah,
I had a coach tell me that, and I'm like, wait, they only do my taxes. And they're like, no, 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 no. They help you in your long-term planning and all these things. And I called up my CPA. Can you meet with me? He was so ecstatic. He goes, finally, a smart business owner.
mhm. Yeah. I meet with my bookkeeper monthly and my CPA quarterly.
Yeah,
My bookkeeper is probably a 15-minute conversation each month.
that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not really much because sometimes, hey, I saw this. Can I just check what this is?
Yeah, and
You're on track. You're not on track.
I meet with my CPA for lunch. Over lunch, we talk, but it's a working lunch. So
Because
guess what? He picks up the tab all the time.
he writes it off.
He writes it off.
These conversations, it's like 15 minutes with my bookkeeper and like 45 minutes with my CPA every
Yeah,
quarter.
it's that.
We've done lunches, we've done Zoom calls. I mean, we've mixed and matched depending on what works for our schedule, but yeah, meet with them.
Folks, take advantage of this because they are the experts. They will help you out and stop the madness and frustration. I see it in business owners. They're so frustrated with accounting. Stop it.
Yeah. I think the best thing that I learned was there was so much stuff you actually can write off that I didn't even connect the dots to writing
Hmm.
off. Like, for
Yeah.
example, I'm a girly girl, I'm a print, I like to be pretty. I have specific outfits that I speak in.
Mhm.
I don't wear them to go grocery shopping.
No.
I don't wear them to go out to the movies. Their outfits are specifically for the stage, which is a business. Guess what? It is a work expense. It is a uniform,
Mhm. Dry cleaning.
dry cleaning, all that kind of stuff. But it can't be, well, I like this dress. So I'm going to wear this dress for dinner dates and I'm going to wear this dress for the movie. No, I can specifically say, I only do business in this dress. I only do conventions in this dress.
Right.
I only do summits in this dress. It's very, very specific.
Right. Same thing. Certain suits, only conferences and speaking.
Yeah, because the things that you can write off that you don't realize you can write off is incredible.
Right. I
I
think what we're really trying to drill in, folks, get a good CPA for your business and meet with them on a regular basis and
yeah,
have them find those loopholes for you. Because, like Karen said,
yeah,
rich people do it. That's how they stay rich. They are there for
yeah,
you as well. You just got to
yeah.
learn how to take advantage of them.
And at very least, get someone to look at your books to tell you what you need to do and which direction to go in.
Oh,
And we're telling you this, guys, because so many people fuck it up.
yeah,
So many. And it's ridiculous.
it is.
So we're going to get some financial people to actually give you some more advice over a few episodes going forward because you need to know this and this is a biggie. But for now, this was just some of our biggest challenges and biggest wins. And I hope you can learn from it. See, I want to know what their biggest challenge or their most surprising win was that they found out in the
Oh,
comments.
yeah. Yeah. How many times have you gone to your CPA at the end of the year and go, okay, do my taxes? And they go, if you would have done this, you could have saved this. And you're
I've
like,
learned that one.
what? But you don't meet with your CPA to find out you could have taken advantage of things throughout the whole year. That'll save you
Yeah,
money at the end of the year.
like renting out my dining room once a month as a board meeting and charging, and you just charge relevant rates, which you can find on things. Yeah, that was a doozy of one.
Yeah. My annual board meetings.
Ah, and we're not telling you to trick people or make
No,
lies or anything. This is find genuine reasons
it's
and speak to the right people.
right. Talk to your local CPA in your state, your area, and find the right CPA for your business.
Absolutely. So make sure you're staying caffeinated and staying above above what you're supposed to be doing because you're dozing off on taxes. I guarantee it.
And don't mess, like we've said in a million workshops that I've taught small business owners, there's one organization you don't mess with, and it's the IRS. They will win every time.
Unless you've got your shit in order,
Right.
like Steve.
Some days. That's why I have a good CPA.
Yep, exactly. Well, we'll see you on the next episode, and keep listening in, especially for this information right now, because you need it. You probably don't know half of it, and it's going to help you a ton.
See you.
Thanks for joining us on the Tea and Coffee Hub podcast today. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation and it left you inspired, equipped, and ready to take your next step, whether that's in life, business, or maybe both.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future episodes, and connect with us online and in person. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Until next time,
Keep sipping,
keep growing,
take action,
and stop making excuses.